Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. First things first, thank y'all so much for the most recent support that I've been having. It's been very good to see and I appreciate it a lot. I know a lot of it comes from hating and I'm hating. And in response to some things I've seen, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I'm just here to speak my truth, to be real with y'all. But first things first, this video is gonna be a little different than some of my more recent stuff because my more recent stuff that y'all have probably seen has mostly been like a review, like album review type content, where this one is more so just like speaking about news and also discussing some of my own content from a few months ago and seeing how it continuously still holds up when it comes to like my desires at the time, music wise at least. So first things first, I'm going to one of my older TikToks that I dropped at the beginning of this year in January, and I said 5 artists I need music from. Number one at the time was J. Cole, and I'll be honest, I've been eating good from that. I understand a lot of people don't. To be honest, there hasn't been many polarizing opinions on the fall off. It's mainly just been people not talking about it as much as they should because it is a great album, great project overall by J. Cole, and I feel like it should get more love. I don't know why recently, at least. I mean, I do know why, because it doesn't fit the current ecosystem of rap music, but there's been such a big fall off when it comes to like the internet and J. Cole ever since like 2017ish, where like every time he drops there's a group of people who are continuously just saying, oh, this is so corny, he's corny, he be overdoing it, blah 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 blah. And at the end of the day, J. Cole is one of the biggest artists in the world because he is a great rapper. Now, does he have one of the worst songs of all time with Grippy? For sure. It's grip me, grip me, grip me. She in my phone because it's grip me. Yes, I will say that we ate well from that J. Cole drop, and I hope that he continues to drop more music, because I remember during that time period, he was saying that he's not as inspired to drop music as like J. Cole at this current time, which is concerning for me because he has had a lot more uninspired drops as of recent, even though he has great drops like Port Antonio or Clouds. Those are like some of the best rap songs of last year. It's still J. Cole, but you can also see how his like starting to get a little fatigued when it comes to making rap music in general. And I don't know what he will do other than that. And a conversation that's not really had about J. Cole is that he does a lot of gimmick things. Like, I know he has passion. He's passionate about basketball, and that's one of his things. Why has he played in two separate leagues and not done shit in any of the leagues? Like, I don't get it. I don't know why he decided to do that. What type of promo or like clout that's given him. I understand he probably just did it as a passion project because I don't think he'd do anything for real like clout reasons. But he's just made some very weird decisions as somebody who's one of the more calculated and intelligent rappers in the game. Second, I had Isaiah Rashad, and this is one of the bigger reasons why I made this discussing this post that I made, because I love Isaiah Rashad's music. I feel like he's fallen off in a lot of ways when it comes to like popularity. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm saying like in 2016, when he was first joining everything, when he was like becoming an artist with TDE and everything like that. But yeah, it's like Isaiah Rashad had a lot of momentum coming in, especially after his initial tape. But after that, he took a very long hiatus, and it did take a lot of momentum out of his sales, and he just didn't really regain that. It's because rap was in a such different place from when he first dropped his like initial stuff that got people onto him. Whereas like when he came back, of course he still had his fan base, his core fan base that was there for him at that time. But a lot of people who were really interested moved on to the next trending thing within rap music, which is my big problem with a lot of fans overall. But that's just how fans are. The majority of fans who like rap music or music in general are just mainstream corny, and like that's just what they are. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. It's just that mainstream music in like all gravity and like in its entirety tends to be pretty corny, because that's what appeals to people who are like younger or people who are not as intelligent when it comes to things. Like, I'm not saying that in a like rude way. I'm trying my best to say it in a not rude way, but calling people dumb is really hard to sound like nice doing. I'm just saying like the most popular musicians in the world make some of the most like basic elementary music of all time, and that's because it grabs the masses and it like connects all these people together with very easy subject matter and very easy like weight. Like it's not difficult to make a Taylor Swift song. I'm not saying that in a rude way. It's not hard. It's not hard to make a Drake song. It's not hard to make these like this type of music 9 times out of 10. And it's very hard for people who don't make that type of music to gain a fan base at this point in time that is substantial. Because you could bring up underground rap with people like Netspend and like fuck, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the names. What's his name? Xavier So Based. All these people, but at the end of the day, their fan bases are not nearly substantial enough for them to ever really like chart on like a regular basis, be played in like public places and things like that, because their music is still very underground and abstract in comparison to like what like the artists I just mentioned make. And Isaiah Rashad is very far from like the mainstream from when like what he creates at this current moment. So a lot of people who listen to music just following the trends and the type of things that are on top didn't really look out for his latest tape. I believe it's called The House is Burning. His latest like piece of work, because it's not the new or what's going on. But another thing I saw from him recently was when he was speaking on Kendrick Lamar, saying that he's too heady, and it's kind of speaking on what I just spoke on. Basically, his writing is too hard or it's too heady to understand, and it's because the basic like fan or like people who are not trying, like they're not trying to come into a song and dissecting and like really taking their time with the lyrics, they're not gonna want to listen to you because it's too confusing and it's like a puzzle. It's one of the words, and it's a lot better for your career to just make music that's a lot more straightforward and like without as many like entendres and like all these different things going on to connect the pieces that genuinely could just be connected with a lot less, even though it might dilute the quality of the music. And now he said that he was offended by that at first, but as he continued to grow as an artist, it's obvious why he said that to him, because he just wants him to succeed in that moment. Number 3, I had Frank Ocean. It's never gonna happen. I'm not looking out for it. I'm just saying I wish he would be able to drop. I'm not judging him for not dropping music. If he wants to drop music, he can drop music. But as a person who's been a fan of him since I was a young boy, it would be good if he did. I'd really enjoy that, you know. That's just what I think. I think that Frank Ocean is one of the best R&B artists in the world. I feel like a lot of people are starting to overhate him at this current point of his career because his single releases have not been nearly as good as his album releases. Like My Room isn't really that good of a song to me. Moon River is, sometimes it's hard to get through that song, but also it is a very good song regardless. But when you go into his album discography, like when you go to something like an Endless, which is amazing, even though it was literally just his way to get the fuck out of his label. When you look into a Blonde, when you look into a Channel Orange, you're like, wow, this man really knows how to curate music at a high level, and he's an amazing songwriter and an amazing singer, of course. And it's been 10 years since he dropped that album, and it's continuously still in a lot of people's rotations, including my own. So that just shows how timeless his voice and music is. So I just can't wait until he drops something else or like teases actual music. And when I say actual music, I'm not saying just a single and then leaving for 3 years. I'm saying actual albums and like thought out, perfected pieces of art, because it's been a very long time since we've gotten that from Frank. Another thing that happened 10 years ago that I've been thinking about recently, because my girlfriend brought it up to me, to be honest. There was an album that dropped 10 years ago that I'd never heard in my life, and I've been thinking about doing a full blind reaction to it. It's called Lemonade by Beyonce, and I know I probably have a mainly male fan base, to be honest, and I don't really care, because that's something I do want to do, because it's such a blind thing, and like it's really a powerful and like emotional release by Beyonce. It's her talking about how Jay-Z cheated on her, and like I listened to one song with her the other day, and I'm like, wow, she's a fucking maniac on this album. And it's crazy to see somebody like Beyonce in that sort of light, because she doesn't like, she's held herself to such a professional like level, by the way. So it's really weird to see her act that way. Ow, my phone in my foot. Fuck. Oh yeah. But let me know if y'all want to see that. Let me know if y'all even think, like, are looking out for that sort of thing. But I am going to do it regardless. I don't really care if y'all want to see it. To be honest, I want to do it myself, so I can actually give a full and honest review on something that is so like pivotal in her career, because that's insane. She's one of the biggest artists in the world at that point, and then she writes an entire album about her significant other cheating on her with somebody, and it's very emotional and raw, and it's out there. I don't remember what the name of the song is, and I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know when it's done. But I've already started listening a bit to a few songs here and there, but I'm gonna do a full album review pretty damn soon. At number 4, I had Baby Keem. This is before he dropped this album, and I made a video about this months ago saying, has Baby Keem started to lose his momentum a bit? And of course, you get the comments from people saying, oh, these musicians are not obligated to drop music, blah, blah, blah. I'm not at all saying that. So please, I'm begging y'all, do not comment some shit like that. Obviously, they can release whenever the fuck they want to release. I don't care. What I am saying is, if he wanted to have the same momentum he had after he dropped something like what he dropped previously in 2022, I can't remember the name right now. I can't. But he had such big momentum, especially when he was making those songs with Kendrick Lamar, won Grammys, all this sort of things, and then he just took 4 years off. No real words. His features were far and few in between. He made one noise in a song with Tyler the Creator, and that's it. That's the only thing he dropped for that point in time until he dropped this most recent album that I still listen to today, still in rotation because it is very good, it is very catchy, and it's very enjoyable. And for some reason, it was really getting criticized at a high level when it came out. I thought it was amazing. I really did. And I still think it's amazing. I listen to Dramatic Girl all the time. I listen to Good Flirt all the time. I listen to Casino all the time. It's a great album. He freestyles very well. It's like he's still in that same pocket he was in when he made his last album. And it still works. And it still is like he's evolving within that same pocket. Whereas when he was making songs like calling on my phone, just you never had it. I don't know what that song's called, but like when he was doing stuff like that, he doesn't really make music in that same way anymore. But it's good because he's not in that same like mindset or pocket anymore. So it wouldn't really even sound right on this album. But I am happy that Baby Keem dropped this year because it was a lot better than I thought it would be, and it worked a lot better for what he was going for than I thought it would at the time. I thought Baby Keem was gonna come back, and I wouldn't really mess with it because it's been a very long time since I was overly interested in the Baby Keem album. At number 5, I have Steve Lacy. Steve Lacy is one of my favorite R&B artists. He's an amazing singer, songwriter, guitarist, musician, instrumentalist, everything. He's just a good musician in general. He's a great writer, very inspirational to people that I enjoy listening to, like Malcolm Todd and stuff like that. And I hope that he makes more music very soon because his last album was extremely ran. Like, it was an amazing album, and he teased an EP, I believe, very soon. So I'm looking forward to that. I love all types of music, man. I love coming on here and talking about some shit I'm happy about, by the way. Like, I don't like being mad all day. Contrary to popular belief at this point, because all the videos that get a lot of views in this shit is apparently me when I'm angry. Or I was talking about people I don't like. Like, I talked about Drake, and then I talked about Post Malone. 2 people I genuinely dislike. I do not like any of those people whatsoever. And if I met them in real life, I would not say a word to them. I'm being honest. Like, I genuinely would not. And I know that's, like, it's not, okay. When I say I'm not going to say a word to them, I'm saying I'm not going to ask for, like, a photograph or, like, fan out like people do when they see celebrities. I would genuinely just ignore them because I don't like them. And, like, my fucking phone keep falling, y'all. I'm getting angry about that shit. But, like, if I met them in person, I'd be like, there's no reason to go out of my way and be like, hey, can I take a picture with you when I obviously don't like you? You would not be a person I would ever want to be around in any situation or scenario. So why would I ever just like waste time acting like I like you just so I can have a picture with you or get an autograph possibly? I don't really give a fuck enough. I don't. I'm so sorry. But yeah, man, this is a little something different. I might bring back songs of the day. Shout out to Michael Jackson with his new shout out to Michael, man, because he's back on the Billboard Top 100. Why the fuck am I struggling to speak today? Probably because I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. It's Memorial Day weekend. What are y'all doing for this Memorial Day weekend? I don't know. I'm just getting some rest. I've been fucking going through it this week. It's been a lot of fun recording though, y'all. And I really do appreciate the support that I've been getting. I'm going to start posting a lot more shorts on my TikTok. So if you want to go see my TikTok, go check it out. It's the same name as this channel. It's the same exact name. And yeah, that's about it, y'all. See y'all next time. Peace.